please. And I'm starting the recording now. All right, so this is OET Reading. We're going to have 2 days of OET Reading Part A. Day 1, this day, we will talk about analysing texts. Tomorrow, we will do a full mock test and we will be answering questions. Okay, so day 1, analyse texts. Day 2, answering questions. That's what we're doing today. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and can everyone tell me, do you all see this here?
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with a quick game just to wake everyone up. This is the game I always play. I'm going to type a word. You tell me what's the category of that word. Is it a verb? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? For example, test. Oops, test.
Verb.
Noun.
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 Yeah, noun. You can say the test result was bad, or the test was bad. What's that? The test was
Noun.
the noun. And you can say, I tested the patient for
Verb.
verb. Okay, so it can be both. Okay, what about if I say something like greatly?
Adjective.
Adverb.
Come on, Khaled, you can get this. ly is always...
Yeah, adverbs.
It's not always adverb, but 99% of the time it's going to be an adverb. Now, should I use this adverb in OET? It would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Actually, no. These days, no. You should use that. Okay. If you read my book, the most recent version of my book, the OET Sandwich book, this is not approved by OET. OET do not like greatly in that sentence. Why? Does anyone know why OET say we don't need
That informal because
Too nice, too polite.
It's too polite, too formal, right? It sounds like you're talking to the Queen or the King of England, okay? So just say it would be appreciated if, okay? Okay, a few more words and we're going to start this class. What about something like cause?
no.
It's a noun. And
Verb.
Cause verb.
a noun and a verb. Okay, what about something like rash?
Noun.
Noun. Okay, what about if I say dizzy?
It's a verb.
Is adjective.
You all need to know this is an adjective. Okay? Don't confuse that with the noun. What's the noun?
Dizziness.
Don't confuse the two in OET. It can really ruin your sentences. Okay, we'll do one more. Let's do some symptoms. What about this? Muffled.
Noun.
Adjective.
What does it mean? What does it mean? Adjective.
Not clear.
Not clear.
Let's say not clear. Covered. The verb is
Muffled.
right, to muffle. So this is also really, this is a very similar to verb. Okay. All right, let's get started. We're not doing grammar. We are doing some reading. We'll start off with just a review of technique, just for anyone who has not watched the videos. Then we're going to practice. Someone's coming into class. Then we're going to practice analysing texts. That's really it. There is no other thing. There's just 2 today. Today, though, I wanted to give you some materials. Does anyone here do any reading for when you're practicing reading Part A? Does anyone just read texts to practice? Silence.
I use this app, Alan.
Well, Medscape. Do you use Medscape? Yeah. Let me show you guys Medscape, okay? So if you're not using it, you should use it, okay? It might be boring. It might be a bit boring, but it's very useful if you're serious about studying OET. Can everyone see this here? Keep microphones off, please, if they're noisy. This is Medscape UK, and what do we have here, guys? What is this?
It's a
Guidelines.
guideline.
Guidelines. Okay, so you can review some of your medical knowledge, nurses and doctors. You could review that, but also this stuff is very similar to reading.
OET.
Okay, so just for improving your vocabulary, I strongly recommend that you do this. Now, Kwaja, your microphone is a bit noisy, so if you can just keep that off. Okay, this is. Does anyone want the link for this before we start?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
Here
sir.
it is.
Yes,
Here
sir.
it is. So
it would
check
be
out the
appreciated.
tape. Yeah, it would be appreciated if. Yeah, not greatly appreciated though. Okay, we also have. Does anyone know MSD manuals? Let me show you. Okay, so again, I'm going to share my screen. Look at this one. How do you get better at reading? You've got to practice regularly, really work hard. So can everyone see this? MSD manual, okay? Does anyone want
Yes.
the link for this website? Again, I'll put it in the
Yes,
chat.
sir.
Okay, so it's it here in the chat. And again, look, you can, if you want to practice reading, if you want to get better at reading Part A, you can, let's choose jaundice here. You can read about jaundice. And it's also very, very similar to reading Part A. Okay. So I thought I would start off by giving you some new materials. Let's move now and do a review of the kind of recommended technique, the technique that I recommend. Can I ask to speak to Amir, please, or Matilda? Will one of you guys say hello, please?
Hello, sir.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the general the technique that I recommend. Can I show you this here? What is this, Amir? What do you see?
Sir, on the left side, these are the questions, and on the right-hand side, there are 4 texts of reading Part A.
So this is reading Part A. Do we normally have 4 texts, or can you have more or less?
No, sir. We only have 4 texts in reading Part A.
Okay. Now, in general, Amir, just very, very general, summarizing, what is it that all students will do in the exam? What is the technique?
So first of all, we have to analyze the text.
Okay, analyze text.
The 4 texts, yeah. And if we don't have heading on any of the text, so we have to make sure what this text is about.
Okay, so we're okay. I like that. We need to find out what the text is about. Okay, what's the second part?
After that, sir, we would underline some keywords in each text.
Okay, so we might underline some keywords. What's the second step there? How do we, when we finish this, what do we do?
So then we will start doing the answers.
Answers.
Yeah.
So second is the answers. And just quickly, how do we find answers? Adnan, can you help him? Aisha, Bibi, how do we find answers? Very quickly, very simply.
Yeah, sorry.
Keyword.
Yeah, we find a keyword.
Yeah.
In a very simple sense, we find a keyword, and what do we do next, guys?
Look at the category and
Look, you're analyzing text in which
Main idea.
text you have to choice.
Yes, thank you, Adnan. Because we analyze text, we have a good idea maybe it's here. Okay, or maybe we need to check 2. We find the keyword. Okay, I find my keyword, and then the answer will be here. Okay, so in general, I'm just talking very, very generally. Tomorrow I will talk in more detail. You start off and you analyze the texts. Second, you answer the questions. You answer questions by finding keywords and finding the keywords in the texts.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone here who is new to OET and you want to ask a question? Is there anyone who doesn't understand what I'm saying? Please feel free. Put your hand up. Okay. So today we're focusing only on this here. Tomorrow, we'll look at this. All right. And today, I'm looking at analyzing text, and I want to start by saying, what is analyzing texts? So, Aurelia, could you say hello?
Hi, Alan. Yeah, but my son might be noisy.
It's okay. What is an analysis of texts? What does that mean?
So finding the main idea.
Okay,
of the
finding main
text.
idea. Okay, thank you. What else?
Maybe some thematic words. Sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry. I don't mind the sound of it. Does that bother anyone? It
No,
doesn't bother me.
okay.
So go on.
Some thematic words, I was saying.
Okay, well, that would be main idea. Okay, so is there anything else?
Yeah. Repeated words. I'm not good at Part A, unfortunately.
Okay. Guys, can you everyone?
Keywords.
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 function.
So these are the main things, and also function as well. But usually, what is analysis of texts? It's finding main ideas,
Yes.
and it's underlining keywords. What does it mean, Shahjahan or Khalid? What is underline?
Underline mean highlight.
Highlight the specific
Highlight.
Highlight. So, like guys, like
unique,
this, like that.
unique word.
This is underline. Okay, so we underline. These are the two most important things that we do in the test. You find main ideas and you underline keywords. But why are we doing this? What are we trying to do in general? Let me ask Anupama.
Hello, Alan.
What am I trying to do in general? Why is this helpful? Why is this helpful?
You can get a rough idea about the context.
About the context? Yeah. But I always make this point, guys. It's a very important point. We are trying to, everyone?
Separate.
That's the key thing. How do you do that? Aurelia, how do you do that in these two ways? Okay. There's also function, but these are the main ways. So what does separate mean? Amajan, what does separate mean?
Differentiation.
Each other.
Differentiate. See the differences. Okay. That will help us answering questions. Shahjahan, why does separating the text help us get the answer?
Because we can search the answer in one text, not 4 texts.
Hopefully you can read less texts when you're answering the questions. Yeah, hopefully 1 or sometimes 2, but not 4. We should not be reading 4 texts for every question. Okay, what will happen if I read 4 texts for every question?
You will waste your time.
Run out of time.
Unless you're very fast. Unless you're very, very fast, you will not finish. You will not finish. Okay. So we need to, today, we're going to practice main ideas. We're going to practice keywords. Let's look at main ideas. Okay. So let me speak to Aisha or Carolina. You say hello.
Hello.
How do I get main ideas from a text? How do I do that?
I think repeated words this can be helpful.
So if I see lots of repeated words here, like
Yes.
cancer, 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 maybe this is about cancer. Okay, what else do we do? Guys, everyone, what do we do?
Thematic words.
First line.
Let's do first line. So, and thematic. First line is, yeah, very, very good, guys. So read the first line of a paragraph. Okay, reading the first line can help us sometimes get the main idea. The last way, as you said already, is what we call
Thematic words.
Okay, now thematic words, it's probably the best way, actually. Probably the best way to get the main idea. Norzad, what are thematic words? Can you teach the class, please, Norzad? If you actually, he might not be able to speak today. What about Mohammed Yaqub? Could you say hello? Or Margil? What is this? Thematic words, please. Margil. All right, let's try Hasina. What are thematic words? It's okay. Margil.
Words which belongs to one category, like
Same group.
yeah, same group
Cat,
words.
dog, fish equals what?
The animals, yeah.
There are animals.
If I can say chair, table.
Like a group of symptoms or
Yeah, well, in OET, it will be like a group of symptoms. So you might see rash, cough, headache. That is symptoms, right? The main idea of this is this. Okay, so we call this thematic words. Let me just do a quick test, guys. All right. So, for example, what if I say wheelie walker, walking stick, wheelchair, IV drip,
Equipment.
Okay. What if I say cancer, hypertension,
Conditions.
Okay. What if I say antibiotics,
Drug.
Medicine.
Medication.
It's quite simple, really. It's quite simple. Now, is there another way to get the main idea?
Headings.
Headings.
Subheadings.
The heading or the subheading, is this good or bad?
This is good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very, very good. So if I see a subheading here, I'm like, thank you, God. I can get the main idea. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. If we don't have this, if we don't have the heading, what do we do?
Read the first line.
Read the first line.
All of these together, all together.
Ellen?
Yes, sir. Go on.
2, 3 things I found very useful. Like one's heading and subheading, and the next one, which is very useful, is the words in the brackets. That was very, very helpful a lot.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that now. So, is that clear, though, guys? If I have a heading, how much time should I spend on a text? Reading a text?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Less than 10.
Yeah, less than that. So, let me give you an example. Can everyone see this? Can you all see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, should I spend a long time on text D? How long should I spend here?
I think less than 10 seconds.
No.
We have two headings. We have two headings, right? We've got phlebitis scale.
Prevention.
Preventive measures.
So that's two main ideas. Two main ideas. Maybe I need to spend a bit of time here. I don't have a heading here. Okay. So maybe here I'm going to spend 15 seconds. What do you think? 10 seconds?
Yeah.
If I have a heading like this, overview, indications, contraindications, how much time should I spend?
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Don't waste time, just really quick. Okay, I've got three main ideas: overview, indication, contra. Okay, all texts are about cannulas. All right, so it's very important that you think about timing for your main ideas. If you have a heading, very quick, don't spend a long time. If you don't have a heading, how much time should I spend if I don't have a heading? 0 headings.
30 seconds.
Maybe
20
30 seconds, yeah, a lot, maybe 20, 30 seconds, a long time. Okay. All right. What about keywords? Shahjahan, can you tell me about keywords? What are they?
Keywords are brackets, jargon, numbers, unique words.
Just to be clear, guys, we are underlining specific words. Okay. How many should we underline, Shahjahan?
4 to 5.
Does everyone agree? 4 to 5?
Yes.
Yes.
Should I underline 10? Is 10 okay?
No.
You're not going to remember that. Remember, you're trying to separate the texts. You're trying to differentiate them. You can't remember 20, 30 things. So it's not helping you. So keywords are underlined words. And we are looking for, Shah Jahan, you said brackets. What is that, brackets? What is that?
Parentheses.
Parenthesis is another word, yeah. Brackets, guys, is this. Can you see? Anything inside brackets, often it's interesting. You should underline it. It's usually a word that maybe they will ask you about. So brackets, what else, guys? Capital letters?
Numbers.
Numbers. What else?
Jargon.
Jargon. No S, just jargon. It's uncountable.
Footnote.
Footnote.
We should
Star.
look at footnotes. What else? Medication. Okay. Anything really, anything that you think is important. Anything you think might be important, we should underline it. Okay. All right, we're going to practice this today. We're going to practice finding main ideas and we're going to practice underlining keywords. Does anyone have any questions about this though?
Alan,
go on, Amajan, please, sir.
The last important thing is that I think footnotes also important.
Yes, that was said before and I forgot. Yes, so footnotes, we're not underlining footnotes. Okay. Amajan, what is a footnote, please? What is it?
It's usually how can I say the end of the text.
Let's have an example. Yeah, it's very hard. I know what you mean. It's very
hidden.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Let's have I'm going to share my whole screen. Look at this. Can everyone see this here?
Yes.
Do we have any footnotes here?
Not yet.
No.
Let's try this. Footnotes. Footnotes. Does everyone see the footnotes here?
Yes, management of associated emergencies.
So it's important to take note of this.
Not reduced.
Right? And Amajan, we should focus keywords here. Focus your underlining here. Why, guys? Why should I focus my underlining here with footnotes?
They usually ask 1 or 2 questions from footnotes.
They often ask questions about footnotes.
Yes.
Also, is this the main idea here? Is this the main idea? No. Right? The main idea is morphine, right? But they can hide things inside here. Does that make sense? So definitely underline keywords inside footnotes. Okay, thank you, Amajan. It's a good point. Okay, shall we? So I'll just write this here. Anyone else? Any questions? Focus underlining in any footnote area. Okay, should we practice then? Is everyone ready to practice?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a text. The text is about ganglia. Okay. All texts, 2 texts about ganglia. And I want you to tell me the main idea. Okay. Usually with main idea, we're saying treatment, symptoms, diagnosis, medication. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Main ideas are things like treatment, conditions, diagnosis. What else? You give me examples. Examples of main ideas. Test.
Management.
Treatment.
Management. Treatment. What else?
Advice.
Complication.
Advice, like a function, but yeah, okay. What else?
Description.
Prevention.
Immunology.
It might be a description
Information.
or definition.
No,
Yeah. What else?
Symptoms.
Symptoms. Good. These kinds of things.
Contraindications.
Yeah. Diagnosis, contraindications, side effects. Okay. Things like that. I'm going to show you a very short text now, and I'm going to give you only 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
I'm going to choose one person here to tell me what the main idea is. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. 10 seconds. Okay, Regina, can you say hello, Regina? Obviously, this exam is very fast. So
Hello.
can you tell me what's the main idea here? It's tricky, isn't it?
It's
Okay, put your hands up, guys. Maybe this one is quite tricky. Put your hands up if you can do it. We need thematic words here, guys. We need thematic words. I'm going to ask Amir, sir, what is the main idea?
Set description.
It's not a description of ganglia. Almost description.
Information.
Characteristic.
Characteristics. Why are we looking at characteristics?
Because there are words which are leading to the characteristic of this, like for example, solid, soft, irregular, trans-elimination,
Okay, we
and
can say
also
description. We can say characteristics. Yeah, you can
Or
say
features.
Features we can say.
For me, I would just write down
Information.
diagnosis.
Let's
Have that as well, right? Something. These are all okay. These are all okay. How did we get these main ideas? Description, characteristics. Khalid, you said, what did you do to get the main idea here?
so basically I read, for example, just quickly, and I notice the main words, like for example, I notice the inflammatory, the irregular, the appearance, the trans-elimination, the moves, and these kind of words.
And an exclusion during flexion. It's kind of giving you the I see why you would say characteristics, actually. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So the way we're getting the main idea here, guys, is what I call thematic words. Okay. Inflammatory, appearance, regular. It's being described, isn't it?
Alan?
Go on, Farid.
Yes, ganglia, rheumatoid arthritis, tenosynovitis. It is a kind of differential differentiating the kind of differentiating among the diagnosis, a kind of.
Yeah, and this is why I said diagnosis. I feel like it could also be diagnosis as well. Yeah. Actually, this is the one that I took this from the text. It was actually diagnosis. But I think this is good as well, okay? We don't, look, you need to differentiate texts. So this is good. This is good. And this is good. Can I show you another one? I've got many today, many. Ready?
Yes.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, what's this? 10 seconds. You should be able to get this, right? Carolina, can you say hello? Chandimali, can you say hello? Talita.
Muhammad.
Ismail.
Yes, yes. Treatment.
Yes, treatment.
Do you agree, Talita? Treatment.
Yes.
Why? What is it that told you? How did you get the answer?
In the first line, they say require treatment, and then start to explain about the treatment.
Now, when we say read the first line, I always say you can read first line here and also here. Each paragraph, read the first line. And of course, we can see treatment and treatment. Okay? So how do we get main ideas? We can read the first line.
Thematic words.
Look for thematic words. Okay? Now, I've got a more difficult one for you. Are you ready for something a little bit more difficult? When I say difficult, I mean bigger, okay? Those are small. I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds for this next text. What are all texts going to be about?
Cirrhosis.
Cirrhosis.
So don't tell me it is the main idea. It is not the main idea of the text. We want to differentiate these texts. All texts are about cirrhosis, okay? All right, 15 seconds, and I'm going to choose one person. Please be ready if I say your name, okay? Okay, Jello, you want to say hello? We could have Rima, if you want to say hello.
Hello, Alan. Risk factor.
Go on.
Risk Factors.
Factors. Why do you say risk factors?
Because repeated risk of.
Oh, so you've seen. Oh, let's get the pen out. Can you draw that? That's very nice. I like it. She's saying she's seen repeated words. Risk of. Risk of.
Risk of, yeah.
Any more?
Risk investigation.
There's some investigations here, right?
Yes.
I don't think risk factors is okay here, Rima, but Adnan, do you want to say anything more?
Yeah, the causes.
Diagnosis.
The causes.
Risk factor and diagnosis.
So causes is normally going to be this is actually, shall I show you what it is? This is
Causes, risk factor the same.
diagnosis. Okay, this is coming from diagnosis. Where did I get this text from? Where is this text from?
Original.
Yeah, Medscape.
Medscape.
So the diagnosis title is not me. That is from the text. Who said diagnosis? Well done. Well done. If you say risk of, risks, it's not terrible, Rima. It's not so bad. It's diagnosis, risks. I see where you're going.
I think we have two main ideas here. The first one is risk factor, and second one is diagnosis. Yeah.
This is always possible that you have two. You could always, you should have said, oh, there's two here then. Because Rima, diagnosis.
Yeah, the second one from.
But yeah, I take your point that this could be more like
risk factor. Yeah.
Yeah, increased risk factors. Is it okay to have two main ideas, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. And in the exam, that will happen in the exam. You will see text with one and then maybe two. Okay. Just write down two. You can write down two ideas. It's fine. Okay, can I show you another one, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, 15 seconds.
Complications.
Let me just nominate, please, if it's okay. So I'm going to ask Parsilla. Could you say hello, Parsilla?
Yes.
Now, do we have headings?
Yeah, we do. Risk of complication, hepatocellular carcinoma, and esophageal varices.
So in the exam, we could write down risk of... It's a bit long, though, isn't it? Right, guys?
Complications.
Just microphones off, please. Someone's making some noise, please, if it's okay. In the exam, we have headings. We've got 3 headings. Okay. 3 main ideas. Okay. It's a bit too long, isn't it? I don't have time to write down all of that. So Parsilla, what is the main idea of all of these things? Like,
I think all of them you can write the complication of.
So you think this is all complications? This says offer ultrasound. This says after diagnosis, offer surveillance. I don't think it's complications. What is it, guys?
Is the testing
management of complications.
Instructions.
Management of complications.
Investigations, Farid, I think that's good. That's investigations is better. Do you want to see what the heading is from the text?
Yes.
Monitoring. So monitoring, investigations, it's almost, this is ongoing, isn't it? It would be ongoing investigations. Okay. Again, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you're just trying to get the main idea. Read the first line, look for repeated words. Most importantly, look for thematic words. When we see, what do we call this? What are these dots, guys?
Bullet points.
Bullet points.
Whenever we see those, that means that there is a thematic connection.
Yes.
Right? So anytime you see these dots, you can say, okay, what do they all have in common? Of course, here it would be risk of complications. Okay. Can I show you now some OET tests?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to show you an OET test, and I'm going to give you a bit more time. So I'll give you guys 20 seconds for each text. just tell me what the main idea is, but also we can look now at keywords as well. Okay, remember keywords, we are underlining brackets, capital letters, numbers, jargon, medications. We're focusing on footnotes if necessary. Okay, all right, so let's have a look at this. Here is a test. This is an old test. Maybe you've seen this before. All these texts are about, wait a second, what are all these texts about? All these texts are about pneumonia in children, guys. Okay? So all texts, pneumonia in children. So you cannot say, Alan, the main idea is pneumonia. Okay? I know it is. They are all about that. You need to tell me, is it treatment? Is it symptoms? Is it complications, side effects, medication? Here is the first text. 20 seconds, and I'm going to ask one random person. 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to ask Aisha, or if we could have Rita Hashemi, if you don't mind, Rita, you could give me your opinion here, or Pubadini.
Yeah, this is sign and symptoms with different age groups, like for infant and older children.
So signs and symptoms. Why do you say signs and symptoms? Interesting. Why do you say that?
Because this is like temperature over 38 degrees, respiratory rate more than 70, like nasal flaring, cyanosis. So these are all like symptoms and signs. But there is the different degrees, which is like classifying the mild to severe pneumonia and
Yeah,
groups.
it's more like classifying here, isn't it? Does
Yeah.
everyone agree with this?
It's a classification between two types.
No,
Severity.
I normally call this function, but okay, whatever, it's fine. We can see, does everyone agree there's a kind of classification here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, classification.
You want to see what the official title is?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
If you see how close you are, okay? Assessment. Assessment. So symptoms and assessment, it's not that far away, okay? When we are assessing, we look at symptoms and we do tests as well. But the main idea here would be assessment. But it's a classification, isn't it, guys? Severe and mild. What would we, in the exam, what should you write down here? Imagine you don't have that. What should we write down as our main ideas here? I would write down this.
Assessment.
You can write down assessment, yeah, good. And you could also write down mild.
Severity.
Yeah,
Severe.
thank you, sir. Who said severity? We don't need two words. Severity, like how much,
Yes.
yeah? And also we can say age. Why age?
Because children and friends.
Two type of,
Okay.
yeah.
So look, you can write down assessment. You maybe look, symptoms, yes. Classification and symptoms. It's not too bad, not too bad. But best would be assessment, severity, and age. Okay. Now, can I show you another one, guys? Are you ready? We're just practicing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alan, can we say
Go on.
differential diagnosis in this?
Can we say, go on?
Differential diagnosis?
It's diagnosis and assessment, possibly. It all depends. It all depends on what's coming next, right? If we have another text that is talking about diagnosis or symptoms or assessment, then we need to think more carefully, okay? I would say the best here is assessment and then severity and then age. Even you could write down classify. Okay, classification. Let's have a look at another one, guys. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. What's this? 20 seconds.
Investigations.
Please don't shout out. Just give everyone a chance for it. It's okay. All right, let's try. Shahjahan, you want to try this one, sir? Or Ismail?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Investigation.
Required test for diagnosis.
Does everyone agree here this is investigations?
Yes.
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 Why are you so sure about that? Why are you so sure?
Yes, sorry. Thematic words.
We have that diagnostic test here.
First line says investigations. So we have first line. We have thematic test, thematic words, right? These are all tests. Is there any repeat?
Diagnosis?
Diagnosis one time, more than one?
The bullet point explained us here is that the tests are applied for these things, for the problem. For example, the urea and electrolyte first, a full blood exam, and the microbiological investigation like blood culture. And,
yeah. And let's see if we're right, guys. Let's see if we're right. Investigations for pneumonia in children. Well done. Okay. So sometimes they're a bit more difficult like this. Sometimes they're more tricky. But this one is, I think probably everyone got that. Okay. Let's try this one. 20 seconds. Don't shout out. I will ask different person each time. Okay, Anupama, Matilda, Aurelia.
Yes. Management for pneumonia.
Why management?
It's hospital or the discharge at home manage.
It's sort of like what you should do, like do this one, yes, no, yes, no. Do you think she's right, guys? Is this management, or does anyone, Adnan, do you have a different idea here? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the management plan.
Monitoring.
Discharge.
Yeah, it's
discharge.
Because we've got yes, no's here.
Medication also.
Medication discharge, I think.
Protocol.
Monitoring.
3. You can shout out now, everyone. 3.
Management.
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 Hey, well done. If you said management, nice. Okay. But also, I think we need to find antibiotic here. Does anyone notice all of the thematic antibiotics?
Yeah, we saw amoxicillin,
Yes.
ceftriaxone,
Amoxicillin.
ceftriaxone, azithromycin.
So write in the exam, write down antibiotics. We can just say medication and manage. Okay. Okay, one more, and then I'm gonna give you some questions, and let's see if you guys can get the questions.
And then?
Yes, Farid.
Yes. In the management, we use other method as well also. So here is only antibiotic. So it's medication. Why not medication? In the management, we have both, I mean, other than medication. So where is other method?
What do you mean? Sorry, I don't fully understand.
We have good, I mean, management includes medication plus other than the medication. We use the different methods for the treatment of the patient. So the whole context is called management.
Yeah.
But only if the medication.
I get it. So, well, look, we need to try and be as specific as possible. Okay. So I get that inside management is medication. Inside that idea. Also, inside treatment. Inside treatment is medication. Yeah. I understand. But do you think it's useful to know? Don't you think that is a useful thing to differentiate the texts?
Because sometimes they give the medication and management in the part A both. If you notice in some texts they give this the medication alone in the separate and management on the other side.
I'm not 100%.
They overlap.
Yeah, I'm not 100% clear on what you're saying, but I'll say it again. Okay, so management, inside management, we can have medication. Okay, but I think here it's crazy to not write down considering there's so many thematic words for medication. I would write that down. Much more useful in this test. But we can talk about it later, okay? Send me a message if you want to explain more your points, sir. Okay, last one. 20 seconds. I'm going to ask a random person. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's try Mohammed Yaqub. You say hello. Or Maria or Mariana. One of those.
I think management and children.
So you think this is management?
Yes, this is management.
Does everyone agree? It's management.
Yes, it's management.
Yes.
Why management? How did you get it?
See,
First line.
sponging, antibiotics.
Here.
Favor, yeah.
Here we have
Not only medication.
Yeah, well, here we have all of the techniques coming together. So we have here, read the first line, management. We have repeated words, management. And we also have thematic bullet points, right? Are these all examples of management? Yeah, they're all so we have everything. Repeated words, reading the first line, and looking for thematic words. It's easy, this one. It is easy. Let's just check. Maybe I hope I'm right. Let's see. Yes, okay, management. Now, what's the problem now? Can anyone see a problem that we have now? What is the problem?
Is about
We have two managements.
Yeah.
Second is general management.
And this is why I said, what did I say right at the start? I said, what are we trying to do? Separate the texts. Okay. So this is going to cause me a problem now, isn't it? That's going to cause me a problem because I'm going to not be able to separate them.
Antibiotic treatment.
What should I do? Yeah, go on, Farid. What's the solution to this problem?
Antibiotic treatment and management. So now in management, everything is included in the medication, only medication.
So what shall I do here? How shall I change it?
Antibiotic treatment.
So change this to treatment. What do we think, guys? Is that right?
Yes.
I think it's more
Yes,
for
it's okay.
antibiotics.
Let's double check to see there's no management here. Is there anything that is kind of like management here? Because this is the title.
Antibiotic. It's titled by antibiotic. So the other type of management should be in text D.
What you need to do in your exam is try and think, okay, what is the difference? This is general management.
Yes.
And this one is
antibiotic.
Antibiotic management. So just think about that, guys. It will take you 5 seconds, 3 seconds, but always think about it when you have two things that are similar. Okay. So look, what about keywords? What would you underline here for keywords? We've got 4 or 5 things we can underline. What would we underline?
The bolded words.
Numbers, bolded
Number.
words, moxicillin. Yeah. What else, guys? Should we underline?
The
Maybe max one.
capital letters, check.
There's so many things here, right? So how many things should we underline in the exam?
4 to 5 only.
Don't go crazy with a text like this. However, in this one, another way to differentiate is to look at this management. What's my keywords here? What are my keywords?
See the bullet points.
You can all try. The pen is at the bottom or the top, guys. What am I?
Management.
Oh.
What would you underline? Providing a safety net. Okay. Tepid, spongy. Yeah. What does tepid mean? What does that mean, guys? Tepid. Anyone?
Cold sponging.
It's like not quite cold, not medium, in between cold and medium. Right? So, Farid, about 30%. Okay. What else should we underline? Does anyone see any brackets here? We've got brackets.
Recommendation.
What else? Maybe this? Maybe patient carer? Okay.
Yes.
In general, when you're underlining keywords, it's easy. Just focus on what you think is important. What might they ask you questions about? They might ask you some questions, okay? What about keywords here? What are my keywords in A? What keywords? What would you underline here?
Numbers.
Right, numbers.
Biology.
Oh, is there a footnote here, guys? Is there a footnote that we missed?
Yes, tachycardia.
Focus your keywords on the footnotes, okay? Yeah, you can underline mild to moderate. It's up to you. It's your choice, okay? What would we underline in B? Any brackets here? Brackets, capital letters, chest x-ray, urea and electrolytes. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, what about here, guys? I think we already did this one. You get the idea. Okay, can I give you some questions? We're going to finish this class with some questions. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Using only the main ideas, you should be able to get this. Okay, so I'm going to write down here D, general manage. Okay. Let's have a look at these questions. So question number 1. In which text can you find the information about when to order a radiograph for a child with pneumonia?
B.
Adnan, you think?
Yeah.
Think B. Does everyone think B here?
Yes,
Yeah.
investigation.
Yes.
Why B?
Because it's visual
Investigation.
radiograph. Keywords radiograph in the question.
I have the answers here. The answer is B.
Yes.
Okay? So this is why you should spend time on the main ideas. It is very, very useful. Okay, we don't even need to check. We don't need to check. Okay, what about 2? What information to provide to a family of a child with pneumonia?
D. General management.
D.
Because general management after discharge, is that what you're thinking?
Kind of advice.
Recommendation.
Nice recommendations. Correct. Correct. Okay, Maria, can you say hello? Or Margil, could you say hello? Quadra, if your microphone's better.
Yes, hello.
How much medication to administer to a child with pneumonia? Oh, come on. Everyone, it's so easy.
Medication.
Where are you guys? Maria, come on, say hello. Okay, number 4, the treatment of protocol for a child with severe case. Treatment
Severity.
No, C.
Let's listen to Fareed. Fareed, do you think it's A or C?
C.
Why C?
The treatment protocol step by step. Protocol means step by step. So when to procedure.
You are correct. You are correct. Okay, it is C. Okay, protocol. I suppose protocol has this idea of yes, no, do this now, don't do this. Yes, remember C was like yes, no, yes, no. So yeah, nice. Okay, number 5. Which medical tests are suitable in the diagnosis?
B.
Because investigation. Let me check. B. Now, guys, there's usually 1 or 2 here that are difficult, but most of the rest are easy when you have the main ideas. Okay. Number 6, establishing the seriousness of a case of pneumonia.
Severity.
Severity. Does everyone agree severity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And to finish off, Parsilla. Number 7, Parsilla. What do you think?
It's a classification of pneumonia because severity and mild moderate, so that's the classification.
And also we said, didn't we? We said at the start, this is a classification, like a table and a classification. Okay. So I'm going to finish here, guys, but I just want you to remember, this is key. This part of the test is key. Some students rush this, and I don't think you should rush this. Okay. You need to get good at separating texts with main ideas and keywords. Tomorrow, we're going to do a test, and you will see, we will do new texts, and you will see this happening. Okay. But I'll say goodbye for now. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. I'll say goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye.